Welcome back to the 15th episode of my conservation of Our Army at War 269. Yeah, that's a lot. Let's get started on it right after this. So yeah, what do we have left to do? We need to have the signatures all pressed together. I have to put the staples in them. And, oh yeah, I have to trim the cover. Now, I've been thinking about this a lot, and I'm kind of half tempted to redo the cover. And I'll show you why. I probably won't, but I'm tempted to. And that's because I have a lot of parts here that are separated that shouldn't be. This goes way over here. This, yeah, like I said, this goes over here. This should be over here a little bit. I'm missing a piece here that I had. This is kind of crooked. And I'm tempted to try to do that because of that. However, there's a problem. And that problem is right in here, where I used the Tingujo paper to seal these rips and tears. So I've decided I'm going to leave it like it is, because I don't want to mess with that again. So let's go ahead and start. And we're going to do it from this side so I can actually see. And also this is bad. I'm going to redo this, I think. Or not. No, we're just going to leave it like that. Put it like that. Now I have to make sure I cut it. There goes my mouse again. I cut it right along the top there. And I actually did trim a very, very small part off by accident. Oh my, terrible. But that's okay. I'm not overly concerned with it. I don't think this would ever get a conserved grade if I were to send it in to be graded. Unfortunately, because of the value of this book in high grade, sending it in to get graded would be a waste of money. All we want it to do is get it to where it can be read again and not have to worry about it falling apart when you're reading it. And isn't that the most important part about conservation? Not what grade you can get, but that it can be read and enjoyed again. To me, that's more important. And I absolutely intend to reading it again, or reading it, once I get this done. Because it occurs to me that I've never read this issue. And that is something I would like to do. Wow, that's thick. My leaf casting was real thick on this one. But that was before I had the process down that I have now. And I picked up some other things today, which puts me one step closer to making my own vacuum table. Won't be too much longer. And that's something I've been off and on working on for probably 2 or 3 years now. It wasn't until recently that I decided to try to do leaf casting without the table. And while I am a long way off from being perfect, I'm getting a little better. There we go. Let's go ahead and finish cutting that right there. I think it's good enough, but you know, I've got a little furnish here that I need to get off. So I'll take care. I want to get the pulp off of this line, but I'll do that off camera. Okay, I've decided to do something that may end up being a mistake, but I'm going to do it anyway. I'm going to take my methyl cellulose, and even though this is dry, I'm going to paint it with methyl cellulose and see if I can't make it a little better. Get out my brush that I use for that, and then I'm going to set my I'll put another piece of Hollytex on top of it, and then yeah, we're just going to try this and see if we can't make it a little bit better. This might be a mistake. I guess I'll find out. Of course, I could have used some of the gelatin. I have some of the gelatin that Professor Peter showed on his channel, but I decided to try just methyl cellulose because I know methyl cellulose will strengthen the paper. Now we're going to take a piece of Hollytex and put it down, and there goes my yeah. I keep knocking my mouse off, what can I say? So we're going to put that down. We're going to throw a couple of weights on it. And I'm just going to let it sit there for a few hours. Hopefully I didn't ruin it. We'll find out. In the meantime, we're still waiting on the signatures to be nice and flat. All right. All the signatures are out of the press, and I put I trimmed down some backing boards and I put these clamps on there to hold it tight. And I already put one of the staples in, just to make sure I could get it done the way I need to do it. And now I'm going to show you how I did that. I used one of these pens. This is a T-pen. It's a little wider than the staple, which is not good, but overall I think it's all right. And then I take it and I locate the hole, the original hole. I'm going to do this from the back. That's the way I did this first one. So I locate the original hole. This is the bottom hole. And I just start pressing it through. Very gently. And spread my fingers so that I don't stab myself. Trust me, I have stabbed myself in the past. And it came right through the area that it was supposed to, so that's a good thing. Yeah, my throat is a little sore. And start again, same thing, push. And the reason I have to do it this way is because I have Tingujo paper on some of the spines, and I also have pulp on some of the spines. Now we'll get the, as you can see, I still have the bottom one and it is oriented. This is the top part of the bottom, so it'll go on this side. So we'll take that off. I'm not going to straighten it out too much, maybe a little bit. Now we're just going to shove it in there. That wasn't good. I don't remember which one was which. I think it went this way. I hope that's the way it went. And we're just going to push that through. Now, turn it over and start to push the staple. Now comes for the real trick. Pair of pliers, because this needs to be tight. There we go. The inner wraps are all back together. I have a ton of these big clips. I love them. They're good for all kinds of things. You've seen me use them before with the ruler. Set those up there. Take this off. There you go. There is the inner part. And as you can see, it's still not perfect, but it's not quite as bright as what it was. And that white part made it, that's what bothered me. It looked just too white. Now I do have a little bit of, I have a little bit still here. I'm going to have to take that off. Yeah, we'll have to work on this a little bit to get the furnish off. What I'm checking on now is to make sure I got the pages in the right order. Seven, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, that doesn't have a mark on it. There's 22, 23. Probably should have done this before I put it together. 24, 25, 26, 27, 28, 29. 30, 31, 32, 33, 34, 37, okay, so that's right, 35, 36, 37, 38, 39, 40, 41, 42, 43, 44, 45, 46, 47, 48, 49, 50, 51, 50, 50, 57. Oops. That's why I'm checking. I'm going to have to take the staples back out. Yeah, that's not good. Okay. Got to take the staples out. I'm going to take the staples out, redo it, put it back together, and then I'll be right back with you. I'm going to do that off camera. Alright, it took me 3 tries, but I finally got it right. Everything's where it's supposed to be, the pages are where they're supposed to be. The last signature I had messed up also, so just thought I'd say that for so that you know. So let's take the next step. Which is, of course, the cover. Yeah, that I probably shouldn't have put that methyl cellulose on there, because what happened when I did was the reds stained right through, and so yeah, the extra methyl cellulose wasn't a good idea, but it did make the cover nice. Oh well, it's not a big deal. I'm not trying to get this perfect. I just want to get it readable, which I think it already is. So what we're doing is I want to make sure the back is right, and then we're going to fold it over, and this is where I find out if I need to redo this or not, because I might end up having to redo the because that's going to have to go over that way, and then come down. I think it'll be all right. Let me get my ruler. I know it's here somewhere. We're going to put it right there, right up against where I need that to be, and that's where that fold needs to be. So what I'm going to do is take a very small amount of water, so I can make the fold, because if you remember, I had to put yeah, with that, just like that. That's where I put the furnish on it, or the pulp. And now we're going to do the opposite, do the other side. Put this on here, bring it over, put my ruler down, A little touch of water. And fold the front side over. And it looks like I'm going to have to add a little bit of paste to that or take it off. And I think I'm just going to take it off. Yeah. See how it folds over now. Not too bad, not too good, but it'll work. I'm going to have to press this down flat again. One of those things. I took it apart and put it back together so many times that it's loosened up on me. And I need it nice and flat. So I'm going to have to go put this back in the press for a little while. I think I'll go ahead and put it in my heat press. And we're going to go ahead and have the wrap on it, maybe. Nope, not yet. I just need to get that pressed down real good. So we'll be back. Alright, well, it's pressed again. So let's get out the nori paste. And why do I want nori paste, you might ask? Well, we gotta put the cover back on. And to do that, we have to do it similar to the way it was done originally, which is paste it. And this takes a little more than the way got to put a little more paste on it than we do when we use it for Tengujo paper. And you might wonder how I learned this. Very simply, it's from putting the covers back on paperback books. Because sometimes I run across paperback books that the covers have come off. And this is how I put them back on. Of course, I would make my own rice paste. For some reason I never got into making wheat paste, but I did make rice paste. So first thing we have to do is get it even on the back side. Put it down. Just right. Then we fold it up. And fold it over. Now I'm going to have to do some little things to it, but that's pretty much it. Of course, we want to keep it as square as we can get it. I am going to put this, once it dries, it's going to go in my humidity chamber. for 24 hours, and then I will press it and it will be done. So you probably won't see that. Got to push it down a little bit. It's not quite right. I'll bring it down a little. We are going to put this on top of it. And we're going to let it sit. And I will show it to you before I press it. And that'll be it. I'll show it to you again tonight on my live stream. In the meantime, have yourself a wonderful day. We'll see you tonight. Bye.